Hey, what's up? It's Valar. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. A lot of you know I've been a Raid Shadow Legends YouTuber for my very short YouTubing journey, but I'm actually a little bored there. I'm not going to quit permanently. I'm thinking of taking a complete month off and just not doing anything with Raid. And right now, my main game's actually been Marvel Strike Force. I've been grinding Marvel Strike Force, having a ton of fun doing it. It's been around longer, I get it, but I'm really having fun with it, and I'm just kind of getting back into Hero Collector. I've been playing it every day, and now I've really actually started to really enjoy it and unlocking legendary characters and feel a much better sense of achievement than I do in Raid, where I just feel like, boom, I just lucked out and pulled the Dracomorph. But whatever, anyway, that's beside the point. And I am playing on BlueStacks here. So if you're new here or never seen me or anything like that, or if you're a Raid player and you actually want to play Marvel Strike Force, I'm going to put a BlueStacks link in the description below. So do me a favor, hit the link, install the game, do it through that way because it actually really helps out the channel. I will admit there is an incentive from BlueStacks to do it because I'm a BlueStacks affiliate. So if you do it, it really actually helps me out. Thank you so much. But today I'm actually just going to show this as a progress video, and then I'm going to start doing videos in this series regularly because I wanted to do a game that I'm excited about. So that's the reason I haven't really been making YouTube videos on Raid is I'm just not excited right now. And it's been a while like that. And I honestly can't do something I'm not excited about because for me, gaming has always been about enjoyment. And I'm not going to get too long winded here and get too philosophical. I just want to show actually where I'm at, kind of give a high level overview of what I'm doing right now in Marvel Strike Force and what my future plans are. And then I actually want to get involved in the community too. So if you're actually, by the way, I actually am going to throw him a shout out, and he didn't even ask for it. There is a guy that I found. He's a smaller YouTuber than I am, but he's grown pretty good. His name is Goofyrhexxi, and I actually reached out to him too. And he's been grinding Marvel Strike Force videos and growing now above 1,000 subs. So congrats to him. I'm actually going to link his channel here because I got to admit, like he's my favorite Marvel Strike Force YouTuber right now. Although I'm watching a bunch of them, just because I like how he's organically growing. And he's a small guy like me as well. So there's that. Just wanted to give the guy a heads up. I mean, a shout out and check his channel out as well. But I want to be part of this community and actually get involved in this community as well. So if that turns you off because you're more watch me because of Raid, look, I apologize. But right now, my personal choice is I'm going to be playing more Marvel Strike Force. I'll still do an occasional thing with Raid. But it's not going to be that committed right now because it hasn't been for a while. Anyway, so the last video I did on Marvel Strike Force, I only did one. And truthfully, I didn't actually do that many videos because I wanted to make sure I was sticking to the game long term. I went with a bunch of other games where I would do one video and then never play the game again, or I'd play it for a month. I've been playing now. So this is actually pretty cool. I've been playing now for 4 months. So 120 days. I just got my 120 days. I waited to even claim this today when I had it just so I could do it on the video when I'm recording it. You get a bunch of Hulk shards. He's one of the free characters you get. For me, he's actually cool because I actually do farm stuff I enjoy here too, not just the most top tier stuff. I have a plan, but I also kind of like to, if it's characters I enjoy, I got nothing against farming them. That's it, Hey, Hulk is actually kind of cool. You get him for free anyway. So by just playing the game, you're going to wind up getting Hulk. And then I'm going to show where I'm at right now as far as like this shows your power level. And this is going to be super basic if you play the game. So this is just the beginning of my journey here. Videos will be more strategy oriented, more team oriented, more actual play. And I actually think I'm going to start streaming this game too because it's what I'm playing mostly. So there's that. And anyway, my total collection power at 4 months is just under 900,000. I'm in a really good clan, which I'll admit I actually found on Facebook. So Facebook Gaming, the Marvel Strike Force is a Facebook fan page or something. I seem to think you can find them in Discord. You can find many different ways to do it, but I actually had pretty good success on the Facebook page. And it's pretty cool because, yeah, I mean, it's nice to actually be part of the community there too as well. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Obviously, I've unlocked this guy, Star-Lord, and my legendaries, my team that I've been working on mostly has been Guardians. So I'll show that. I've been working with Guardians, And my top 2 teams I'm working on right now, which I know this is actually sort of like you're spreading yourself too thin. You only really want to focus on 5 at a time. However, this game is focused on team building much more. I used to play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and you want to bring up a team there, but you don't want to bring up several teams at once. And you almost want to max out that team as much as you can before you move on to the next team. It's very different in this game. You want to get to progression points where you bring the team up to a certain point and then move it to the next team. Like right now, I'm probably at the max progression of where, for my account, I should be with my Guardians. These are by far like my 5 strongest characters. I was actually using Gamora. My Gamora is terrible in this game, but it's one of my daughter's favorites. And because of that, I probably actually would use Gamora as their absolute favorite. That will be the reason for it. And my daughter loves Gamora and wants me to build Gamora. I will do it for her, whether she's a crappy character or not. So and then anyway, but this is the main team I run right now through raids. I even run them in arena, and you sort of focus on something at first. The reason I wanted to focus on it, and there's all kind of arguments saying they're not that great, all that, but for me, they actually provide a good amount of value. And here's the other thing: a good amount of fun. And I actually love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a Marvel nerd. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies I loved. I love the stories and the comic books, all of that stuff. So for me, it was like, it's kind of fun to work on Guardians of the Galaxy first. And I admit, when in the beginning, I did actually get some offers where I got ahead on the, I believe it was the Guardians, I believe it was actually X-Men, maybe even Defenders, and the Sinister Six. Sinister Six. Jeez. That shouldn't be that big of a tongue twister. And I'm going to keep that in there because that's actually kind of funny. So, but this is my strongest team, is actually the Guardians right now. So I'm kind of doing my own roster review on myself right here. And I've got them at kind of gear 10 plus. Rocket's got my highest gear on him, 12. I didn't put any of the T4s into him, which would be like if you played Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, equal to giving him a Zeta. And then I don't really know how to equate it to raid, if you follow me in raid. I'm not going to anymore, actually. So, and I did probably put more than I needed into Star-Lord, but another reason was like, you know what? I'm going to use him. And he's kind of fun. I like him. And Mantis, level 10, Drax, level 11, Groot, level 10. So where I'm at right now, they're all level 60 plus, even 65 mostly. So for where I am in the game, I feel like I should work on a different team and actually try to take them up to another ability level. Like, so actually my Sinister Six is a team that I'm working on too, because they unlock legendaries. So when you start the game, if you focus on the Guardians first, they're actually not that great in the very, very beginning. But for me right now, the values actually come in. They help me clear raid nodes. They help me in Blitz. They help me, believe it or not, in Arena. Although in Arena, I am not that competitive. So to stay in the top 250 is basically what I tried. And they've been decent at that. And I'm okay with that right now. I don't need to be number 1 in Arena or anything like that. You should focus on that if you really want to get the most power cores that you can. But I'm actually like a low spender in this game. Not going to be wailing out or anything like that. So for me to be the meta in Arena, it doesn't matter to me that much. You could do it free to play. I'm sure there's great people doing it and everything too. But I actually like the other game modes, Raid, I even like Blitz and everything a little bit more. It's just my style. So anyway, but what I was going to say before is progression points. So I'll get into more stuff on this, but this is actually, you want to take them up to a certain progression point on abilities that they have. They have like, a passive ability, an ultimate ability, a basic ability. And then these are T4s, which are the most rare ability upgrades in the game. They have to be selective of what you do, because he's in 180 just to put one T4 on this guy. So if you're thinking you're gearing up, 10, 15 characters, that's a lot of investment, because you're talking hundreds, if not close to 1,000 T4s just for one character, right? So you may not want to do that for everybody. So the progression point where I'm taking my max teams to is right now level 60 to 65, 6, 6, 6, 4. And I'm kind of there on on Sinister Six. So I just got to upgrade the abilities a little bit more. And then I'll be done with them for right now. But the reason I'm focusing on them too, I want to try to get them to 6-star if I possibly can, although I don't know if I'll be able to. But the reason I'm focusing on them is they unlock a legendary. So you focus on, and unlocking legendaries is huge in this game. Legendaries in this game actually provide you a lot of value, and there's 10 legendaries, I believe. So right now I got Star-Lord. He's my first legendary. And actually, I think he's kind of worthy of that status. And I think early game players should get him. That really is, he's not God tier in the end game, but he really kind of does help you do a lot of different things. Not over the top extraordinarily well, where you just be beast mode on everything. But for your first legendary, he honestly made me feel excited to get him. And I thought, man, this is actually cool. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. And I'm having a hell of a lot of fun actually playing Star-Lord too. So that's the other thing. I don't necessarily auto as much. So if we go in raid, I manual the raid nodes. I manual my war battles. I auto through blitz. And I manual the arena. So I'm actually playing the game more, which is a huge difference. And the last thing I'll say, huge difference from raid, where you just set up gear and click the auto button. You can do that in this game too. But there's actually a little bit of strategy, and I'm kind of enjoying the fact that I'm actually taking control of the game again and actually doing something in it. Playing it, I guess, would be the best word, right? But anyway, side tangent again. But I'm on Sinister 6 because they unlocked the legendary who actually comes out this coming Monday, which is Invisible Woman. And they're a double dip team where if you work on this team, you get Invisible Woman, and then you need these Spider-Verse characters who unlock Shuri, who is a legendary from the Wakandans. She actually gets unlocked by the same characters if you farm these. So it's a 2-for-1, right? So I get Shuri next time they come out. And the other teams I'm working on are like X-Men. I've actually farmed up pretty decently because I bought that pack. So I figured I want to actually kind of get them going. But I need to upgrade their abilities too. You can see 5-5-5-3. Need to upgrade that a little bit. So probably work on them a little bit more. 5-5-5-3. Like I want to get him 6-6-6-4. But they're more of a focus a little bit after, but they are one of my strongest teams right now. And then Minerva is actually one that you have to pull from an orb now. I started in July, and they gave everybody a free 2-star Minerva. She's actually amazing at 2 stars. That is the other thing. Every character is useful almost at every star level, what I've noticed. And it's very hard to get to 7 stars. The way they do these things, there's a lot more shards that you need. Takes a long time. However, characters are useful at unlock 3 stars, 4 stars, depending on the character. Like Symbiote Spider-Man, I actually unlocked him through an event, and I got him at 3 stars, and he's phenomenal. So my next team that I'm actually working on, because I did unlock all the symbiotes, so when I actually talk about the gearing, the next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to probably work on my symbiotes, but I'm also working on unlocking legendaries. So because that is very important for how this game works, if you're able to do arena. Like a lot of these legendary characters, they make a huge difference in your roster. But symbiotes in and of themselves are absolutely amazing. So I'm actually going to build this team up too. My team's just in the very beginning stage. So I was talking about before progression. You can see 50-5-4-4-2, 55-4-4-2. That's kind of where I'm at right now, 55-4-4-2. So I took them up to that progression level where they're at level 50. Their abilities are 5-4-4-2. That's where all of them are at right now. I would like to actually get them to the 60 where I go to 6-6-6-4 and I get them to gear 10 as well. But right now. So that's kind of my thought is where it's a logical stopping point because I'm not quite so end game. But once I get more gear and everything, I'm not end game at all, actually. I'm actually considered early game and a brand new player, even though I've been playing for 4 months. It's a long haul in this game. So I'm a newbie. That's plain and simple. I'm just a new guy. I'm still very early game, actually. And the next thing I'm working on, well, I'm actually farming these guys too, is the Brotherhood team. So Brotherhood, I have a little bit of unbalance right here, but I actually brought them up to a lower level. So again, showing the progressions of level 30, 3, 3, 3, 1. I kind of just did it where I don't need to use blues, used all the greens, and didn't use any blues on them right now. But I will actually increase this team because when some of those X-Men who I already have a 5-star, I probably won't get him 6-star, but I'll be able to unlock Magneto the next time he's around, most likely, because I have enough 5-star mutants and X-Men to do it. Like Pyro right here can help me out. There's a whole bunch of characters you can use. So I will have enough of a combination of all 5 in some way, shape, or form to be able to try to unlock Magneto and get him at 5 stars. And he's amazing in this Brotherhood team. So that is one of the teams I want to build up as well in the short term. And that's kind of what, those main teams I'm building right now. The Symbiotes, Sinister 6, just to get the legendary, right? And then the next team that I want to build once I get through the level of Mystic, when you can get to level 70, you can start doing different campaigns and everything too. I'm at level 69 right now. And I want to farm Asgardians because they unlock Black Bolt. So that'll probably be the logical thing that I do because I'm going in a path to try to unlock all of these legendaries. So that's kind of the plans right now. The first thing is unlocking legendaries. And I'll show you arena. I think I'm like, yeah, I'm 259. So I float right around 250-ish, sometimes a little bit lower than that, between like high 100s and somewhere around high 100s to 300 is kind of where I fluctuate right now. Like I said, I'm okay with that. And then I am in a alliance that I probably am biting off a little, not biting off more than I could chew, because actually I could be very active. But I'm one of the guys that's in the like being carried, I would say. So you don't necessarily want that, but the group's pretty cool and they were totally cool with it. I actually found them on Facebook, so that's where I'm saying that like they want you to grow and stick with them, I think. So I'm fine with it. But we're already doing Ultimate 7, and maybe that's biting off. Like I'm too far. I can't do anything on Ultimate 7 besides hit a few battles. I can clear 1 or 2 nodes in one of the lanes, and that's about it. My roster's not good enough to compete with that. But it will be. So, and it's not that far off where it will be. So once I get these legendary characters, work them up, that's kind of what I'm doing. Doing the legendary characters. Again, please do me a favor. If you want to follow along, if you've never seen me before and you're a Marvel Strike Force person, please subscribe. Even if you're a Raid Shadow Legends person, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really helps out. Also, again, download this game through the link in the description that I'm going to have. It really helps out, and it'll actually give you something fun to do too. If you're a Marvel person and you love all the Marvel stuff, or even if you just like it, it's a very fun game. Treat it however you want to treat it. If you want to go free to play, it's very easy to play free to play. I found out. You don't need to spend money, but it just makes things quicker if you spend money. That is really the main benefit of it. If you're willing to grind and you like that type of a game, you can do this completely free. That's it. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to start doing videos regularly on Marvel Strike Force 2. So thank you very much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Cheers.